Hello and welcome back to Horoscope Forecasts 369, the home of your daily horoscope guidance. I'm Jenny, your friendly guide through the universe. No matter what your star sign is, we're here to make sense of what the stars have in store for you today. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on our daily forecasts. Now, let's dive in and see what the universe has for us today. Thursday, June 1st, 2023. The astrology of today, all signs. The Scorpio Moon brings out intensity today. We're deliberate, strategic, perceptive, and emotional. This moon stirs our desire for intimacy. However, Mars forms a quincunx with Saturn, pointing to some stop-and-go energy. Attempts to force an issue are likely to meet resistance. Sometimes the resistance is internal, indecision or fear can hold us back from taking direct action. This transit has a way of stimulating a glass half-empty perspective. Rules, restrictions, and limits feel heavy and difficult to coordinate or synthesize with our wants and desires. Timing is off as a result, and the need to adjust our plans can become apparent. Today's Aries horoscope. Small practical changes made now can bring rewards later, dear Aries, but some off timing can be frustrating in spots today. You can experience some seesawing with a Mars-Saturn aspect in play. On the one hand, you feel the need to use caution or to slow down, but on the other, you may feel pressured or impatient to pursue a desire. It's better to fine-tune plans and get the details right before moving things along. For now, with a lot going on inside you, it's better not to do battle with the outside world. As the day advances, it comes more naturally to pay attention to the things you love. Today's Taurus horoscope. Today's Mars-Saturn aspect points to a need for more rest and reflection, dear Taurus. Even if you've embraced your duties in recent days, they can appear more limiting or frustrating temporarily. Responsibilities to others can interfere with domestic pursuits, especially, and attempts to disengage or pull back may help if you find yourself dwelling on an obstacle. Timing is off today, but if you face delays, consider that the redirection can ultimately lead you along a better path. Later today, it's easier to let go. Teamwork can be advantageous. Gaining a good sense of your capabilities and expectations makes decision-making much easier. Today's Gemini horoscope. With a Mars-Saturn transit today, you may face some disapproval for an idea or project, dear Gemini. Or, you might wrestle with a desire to do your own thing, but responsibilities seem to get in your way. It would be best to be more careful than usual about what you communicate with this transit in play, since the flow is interrupted. Details of your plans may not yet be in focus, but will likely fall into place as you go along. Try not to make firm plans in the meantime. Later today, it's easier to focus on what's working for you. The moon spends the day in your solar 6th house, and getting your life in order, even in little ways, can be most rewarding and satisfying. Today's Cancer horoscope. Energy levels are not at their best in spots today, dear Cancer. You could feel guilty or uncertain about your desires and your next step. There can be a sense that you're overwhelmed with your duties and responsibilities. It's temporary. A Mars-Saturn transit reminds you to slow things down and get things right. Your obligations can feel more limiting than usual as they contrast with your strong desire to break out and do your own thing. Some buried resentments can surface, but aim to learn from them rather than allow them to rule your behavior. It's easier to focus on what's working in your life as the day advances. Also, the moon in your joy sector helps you focus on all the positives in your life. Today's Leo horoscope. In spots today, there can be some feeling of being caged in or limited by others or circumstances, dear Leo. A Mars-Saturn awkward aspect points to off timing. People may be slowing you down or getting in the way of the pursuit of your desires. In relationships, a question of the depth of feelings or commitment can emerge. It's a time for making adjustments and waiting for when you're more confident and the timing is right. Your mood softens as the day advances, and self-acceptance is the key. You'll more thoroughly appreciate the day's moon transit that tunes you into your needs for nurture, safety, and comfort. Today's Virgo horoscope. The moon spends the day in your communication sector, dear Virgo, making it a generally good time for studying, learning, and sharing. Still, today's Mars-Saturn quincunx can point to minor delays or timing issues. Attempts to move forward seem to be thwarted in little, irritating ways. With Mars in your privacy sector these days, desires can come bubbling up, seemingly out of nowhere, and so can resentments. Today, you could feel out of touch. There can be a standstill with a partner or simply a delay that restricts you from taking action. Minor upsets can ultimately lead to a greater understanding, however. As well, as the day advances, it's easier to disconnect and catch a break. Today's Libra horoscope. Responsibilities or rules may feel heavier than usual at times today, dear Libra, or you see your limits and feel a little put off by them. Timing may be off temporarily, and others may be misinterpreting your intentions or actions due to a Mars-Saturn minor challenging aspect. It would be best to keep things low-key just for now, focusing on making necessary adjustments. You may be better off sticking with familiar situations than branching out and taking risks temporarily. As the day advances, it's easier to detach yourself from frustrations. Attempts to disengage may be helpful if you find yourself harping on an obstacle. Today's Scorpio horoscope. Responsibilities may weigh more heavily on you in spots today, dear Scorpio. Limits can be cumbersome as Mars and Saturn form an awkward aspect that can have you questioning your motivation levels. It's possible a problem catches you off guard and temporarily rains on your parade or slows you down. Look for things to fix or details to fill in. It may be better to make adjustments before pushing ahead. Critique can be annoying, but it may help you, ultimately. The moon in your sign all day activates your senses and has you feeling capable of taking on anything. Today's Sagittarius horoscope. The moon's transit of your solar 12th house today suggests that slowing down is vital for you to catch your breath, dear Sagittarius. Taking it easy makes sense now. While there is a real tendency to want to escape or retreat from the usual noise and activity of life, the routine can be dissatisfying as well, and a change of scenery may be just right. A Mars-Saturn aspect can indicate the need for an adjustment or small wake-up call. As a result, you might recognize a need to change your dependencies or your approach to money. Responsibilities to your personal life or domestic life can feel more limiting than usual, but it's a temporary redirection. Or, you could feel criticized or restricted by someone close to you. You can feel as if you are getting in the way of one another rather than working together. Focusing on practical matters and details may fare best until timing matters smooth over. Today's Capricorn horoscope. Timing may feel a little off at times today, dear Capricorn. There can be difficulties communicating your feelings or a sense that others are insensitive to you. Either way, limitations feel weightier than usual. You might want to go forward with something but then freeze when it comes to making it happen or choosing the right words to get the ball rolling. A Mars-Saturn transit is at the root of these annoyances, and it's best to handle it with patience. Waiting until you've rebuilt your confidence is a good idea. As the day advances, it's far easier to detach from problems. Today's Aquarius horoscope. A Mars-Saturn transit today can stir up underlying insecurities, dear Aquarius, mainly related to money matters. On another level, this can be about trust, self-worth, and whether or not others are valuing you. It's best to focus on positive, productive tasks, which becomes more manageable as the day advances. Today's energies are good for some gentle ambition. You appreciate the finer things in life, and putting in the effort towards securing your future in some way can be satisfying. As you get a stronger sense of your duties and others' expectations, you feel more comfortable with your responsibilities. Today's Pisces horoscope. Today's Mars-Saturn transit can leave you feeling the weight of duties or obligations at times, dear Pisces. As a result, a wait-and-see approach to pursuing your desires may be in order, especially if a part of you is reluctant to jump in with both feet. Your wish to do something or get ahead is strong, but there can be blocks to manage. There may be a minor health or work problem that upsets plans now, for example, or you may temporarily feel some waning of enthusiasm. These things can redirect you positively, even if timing feels quite off temporarily. As the day advances, you find it far easier to detach from frustrations. The moon in your spirit sector all day can also help you rise above minor frustrations. Thank you for joining me here on Horoscope Forecasts 369. Don't forget to share these horoscope predictions with friends and loved ones who might benefit from them, and remember to hit the like button if you found today's predictions useful. I'm Jenny, and I'll be back tomorrow with more. Until then, keep your eyes on the stars and your heart open to the universe. Goodbye for now.